Nice tits, bitch.
Hello, fiends and fiendettes. Welcome to episode 62 of the best horror podcast on 7voltmedia.com and the world, Scream Fiends. I'm your host, Alex, and with me once again is Russell.
Yes. Oh, well. Full first name.
Is that your actual full name, Russell?
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, that's...
you didn't know that?
What?
I mean, have you ever met somebody that's just Russ?
You?
Well, I mean, that's what you called me, but you didn't assume that my full name was Russell?
No. Why would I think your name was Russell?
What the fuck?
Who the
What else
hell
would it
names a
be?
kid Russell?
I was named after my grandfather.
Russell Crowe?
Yes.
I didn't know you were Australian.
Yeah.
If you're a long-time listener, you know we oftentimes don't follow by any sort of guidelines, rules, playbooks.
You got a book.
Yeah, oh, okay, true. I do. We do go by book,
And we lie all the time.
and we're a bunch of fucking animals.
We just
Savages.
watch it.
And
We don't even watch the movies we talk about.
no, we've never seen a movie ever.
We've been watching, like, Gilmore Girls the whole time.
Oh, I love, who's that girl?
I don't know.
She was on Parenthood, and I liked her.
So remember earlier, I was talking about how my wife liked something, and I was like, boy.
Yeah.
She just responded to me.
She named like every Wes Craven
No, but
movie ever.
She asked me if I've been drinking, and she said Cronenberg did The Fly Right. I like that movie.
Oh,
All right, I'll give her a pass.
credit where credit's due, I guess.
Yeah. All right.
Did I do that backwards?
What's that?
If you're joining us for the first time on this show, we talk about all the things going on in the world of horror. Sometimes and sometimes not at all. Sometimes we'll just talk about whatever we want. Because if you switch those two around, and that's how it usually goes, but you know.
If this is the first episode you're listening to, it just doesn't make any sense. This is the 62nd episode. There's 61 episodes before this one.
You would think I would personally get better at that introduction, considering it's exactly the same every single time.
You could just
except it's
stop
not really because I
doing
fuck up every time.
Well, you don't gotta tell them anymore. It's a 62. We're popular enough.
That's how it goes every single time.
Greta knows who we are.
Greta. Demons.
We should just do another episode
Greta.
of that one. That was such a good movie.
Yep. This is going awesomely.
This is. We should take a nap before we do this.
Patreon.com. We have a Patreon. You can donate if you want, but you do not have to. Our content will always be free. But, we would like to get better stuff, and you can help us.
Yeah.
That's the spiel.
I just want Chipotle. And I
And
don't want to pay for
Chipotle.
it. I don't want to pay for it
Yep.
anymore.
I think we're starting to... I'm waiting until it becomes like, oh, those guys come in every Wednesday.
I think the one girl recognizes us.
Yes.
Because, she's a little bit more bubbly, I think more personable. Everybody else looks like they're at their job.
Yep.
I don't blame them.
No.
No, they don't have to recognize us. Although that is one of my favorite things in life is to become a regular. Like when I used to smoke, there's a couple of gas stations I go to. I would just come up to the register,
Yeah.
and they'd pull my smokes out and throw them on. I'm like, nope, give me one more.
Well, I smoke like a very specific kind. So it's like whenever I ask for whatever it is, it's like they're always like, you're the only one we ever sell these to.
Yeah.
I'm like, I guess.
That was me too, actually. I smoked American Spirit Yellows, which were at the time, I don't know what they're like now. I don't know what the price on those are now, but they were expensive when I smoked.
Yep.
And I was the only person in my neighborhood that smoked those.
Huh.
And so Then I remember like one time I came in and was like, hey, somebody else got those cigarettes. I'm like, really? Because sometimes they'd run out, and that suck. And then I'd have to I don't remember what my replacement was. I think the light blues. If they didn't have yellows.
You should smoke, kids. Twitter at Scream Fiends. Let us know what you're watching, what you want us to watch. We are always looking for recommendations, and we love to find new movies.
Yeah, please.
Horror movies.
Throw some weird shit at us. We'll watch it.
Yeah, definitely. Patreon.com/ScreamFiends. I just realized I just said Patreon.com last time. /ScreamFiends is where you can find us. And we are on YouTube. We don't have our specific YouTube /ScreamFiends because you have to have a certain amount of subscribers, whatever, and
subscribe.
We're new.
That episode where you farted got like 20 views already, though.
It was the chair. It was awesome, though. 54 minutes into that episode, if you want to find out.
If you want to find out what...
Oh, it was glorious.
The tightest butthole ever sounds like.
All right, let's start out. We always start sometimes. Russ, what have you been watching, playing, etc., etc., etc.?
Dark Souls 3.
More?
I beat it finally. I beat it. I beat Dark Souls 3. I immediately started to play it again. No, I just kidding. I got the DLC then. I got through the Ashes for Ariandel, but I did not get through the Ring City. They suggest 100, level 100 plus, and I was like at 100, and just could not survive the first part of that, or the first part of the Ring City. I got through like the intro area before you go to the actual Ring City. But then I got there, and there's this crazy thing you have to kill before you get shot by a million arrows. And I'm just like, okay. I started over. I'm going to play through a little bit to get to that point.
So does it add on to the story, or is it like a companion sort of
both
a side story?
Both. Yeah. They do both. Like, there's a Painted World DLC in the first game, where you go and you can fight this princess, and I can't remember her name, but she's got a tail. And then there's the Ashes for Ariandel is another Painted World. Oh. And they think that the community consensus is that Velka has created these Painted Worlds for lost souls, and the Velka is like the first human. She's a saint. She can absolve you of your sins and whatever. They think she may have been the one with the dark soul, or whatever. Because like there was. The whole thing with the Dark Soul was when they found the flames, Gwendolyn found the flame, like the soul of fire or whatever. The witches found the magic one. Nito found the death soul, and so Gwendolyn found the light soul. Then the furtive pygmy that they talk about in the first game find the dark soul, and apparently they were trying to hide it because Gwendolyn's. Or Lord Gwyn is like terrified of the dark, so that's why not like scared of the dark like a kid is, but like if an age of dark comes, it is like perpetual night for an age.
Oh,
and so it becomes
the obsession with the Firelink shrines and all that.
Exactly, so that becomes a cyclical thing. So in the first game, if you refuse to do something, the primordial serpent Frampt leaves you. And you're visited by Koth, and Koth wants you to bring about the Age of Dark, like the Dark Age instead. And they, and so it's got this cool like duality to it, kind of a thing where you can choose which happens, and but I did beat it. I did get the usurpation of fire ending. So from what I understand is I didn't link the fire, I took it.
Oh,
and
crazy!
You see a bunch of hollowed, people bowing to you, including Henri of Astora, and you walk off broodingly off the camera. So I kind of want to write Dungeons and Dragons adventure based on that, where instead of it being an Age of Dark or an Age of Light, it's like the Age of the Usurper kind of a thing where. And he didn't link the fire, and so he brought about. I guess it would be the Age of Dark, but you have to go after this character. So I would basically write the big bad evil guy at the end of the game would be
you,
me. like the character I just made, kind of
Right.
a thing, and the thing is, it's kind of hard to capture the spirit of Dark Souls in a tabletop because it's kind of a solitary adventure. You can bring people in to help with things,
Sure.
but I think you could do it otherwise. You could make the interactions with like NPCs really, really sparse. But you'd really have to be good at like describing things, like because it'd be a lot of just bland traveling with like random encounters and stuff. So it'd be a lot more kick in the door.
Well, and then you'd have to die all the time, or I mean,
What I figured out, like one idea I had was you just use because like in Dungeons and Dragons 3, third edition, 3.5. To cast certain spells or to enchant things, you'd have to spend experience points to do it. So I was thinking about just adding that system to Dark Souls or like Dungeons and Dragons 2nd edition. I'm thinking about using 2nd edition. I might not. I might use 5th edition just because it's a little bit more streamlined. But having you just use your experience to pay for everything. If you die, you lose all your experience, or you have to spend a certain amount of experience to come back.
Yep.
And you don't come back right. You don't just get up after you die. After the battle's over, you lose experience, to then come back. So you don't gain any experience, and then you lose a certain amount of experience depending on your level, maybe 100 times your level. So if you're a level 10, you'd lose 1,000 experience every time you die.
Yeah.
And then all the fights would be more challenging, and so... But the thing is because it's all random, whereas Dark Souls is not random number generators. It's like it's dependent on when you swing.
Yeah, it's definitely skill based.
It's definitely exactly. So I have to find a way to circumvent that because this is a random number generator thing.
But I mean, there are statistics involved though with your weapons,
with your damage and how much damage you do. So I'm thinking maybe just instead of like a rolling to. Yeah, I don't know how. I mean, it's just kind of nature of the beast. You'd probably have to just deal with the random number generator.
Yeah, because there's also like the factors of what armor you're wearing will determine your agility, like how fast you roll and all that.
Yeah, exactly. Junk. Like in your encumbrance, like those things are taken care of in Dungeons. Well, 5th edition kind of went away from it a little bit to make it simpler, but I think there might be an encumbrance rule. Like if you're carrying too much in all the other ones, you move slower. You lose a step, but I was thinking about because that's kind of what I wish is they'd make a 4th game based on that ending. Like what happens then? How do you what happens during the age of the usurper? Because I mean, it's a cyclical thing, and they could make these games forever because it's cyclical. I mean, these things just keep happening. Yeah, and I was listening to some lore where like if you give the Firekeeper her eyes back. She says, I can see darkness and except for there's a couple flickers off in the distance of the souls of lords, the Lord souls, which is different from what Gwen had because Gwen took on the light soul, whereas these other lords have linked the fire even before him, I think, and there's flickers of them in these things and stuff. So it's
So, do you think maybe Dark Souls 1 and 2, they're in the same universe, but it's part of a different cycle?
Oh yeah, I think they're all 3 games are together. The second game is less connected. There's a few things in there, like there's a guy in the profane capital. There's a dead body you'll find, and you'll recognize him from the second game if you've played it. And there's also the Faram armor you can get, which is from the second game, I believe. But apart from that, I don't know how else it connects. Yeah. There's one invader that comes in if you're embered, and he's from the second game. But otherwise, it's Dark Souls 3 is really like a sequel to the first game. Oh, it really feels more like that because I mean you revisit places from the first game, like in the Usurpation of Fire ending, you actually go to where you would fight Lord Gwendolyn, the Dark Lord Gwendolyn, who was despite being a male was raised as the daughter because he was affluent with moon magic, which was a feminine aspect to the gods back then, and so he creates an illusion on Orlando in the first game, because I don't know if you got that far, but Orlando is this godly city, and the sun's it's bright, it's beautiful, and this and that, but when you get in, you fight Ornstein and Schmo, which is like the hardest fight I've ever fought in my life. And when you go upstairs, you see the Gwendolyn, the girl, laying on this giant bed, and she's immense because the gods were giants. She's huge, but you find out that she's actually an illusion. You can shoot her, and she disappears. And you hear Gwendolyn say, "Why did," or something. He says something, and then, so if you do that, you can fight him then. Or if you join the Dark Moonblades and then go through because when you're in the Dark Moonblades, you go and you kneel in front of a fog door, where you usually go to boss fights. If you fight him though, that's it. You're out of the blades. But I wanted to get this. My first character, I liked the Dark Moonblades in the first game better, but so it was kind of cool. So you actually, if you do down, it's just a long hallway you fight down. And she's shooting shit at you while you're dodging and whatever, trying to get to him. And so you go there and you complete this ceremony and to get the usurpation of fire, and it was kind of cool. You go down there and you get this sword of avowalment, and you do this whole thing, and but it still leaves a lot of questions. I know Miyazaki said that he doesn't have any plans to do anything else, but nothing. He didn't say it didn't seem like it was completely off the table. But I think a Dark Souls 4 could be cool if it was. I think that if they, because it ties it all together. You realize it's just a cyclical thing, and it's going to just keep going. There's really, but I think a spin-off where you have to, deal with this usurper of fire kind of thing, like deal with him or her, depending on. But it'd be even cooler is if they attached it to a character. Even if it was just like a small DLC where if you've gotten that ending with a character and the character's still in your save file. You go through this game and then fight your character.
Oh, that'd be cool. Like a save transfer kind of deal.
Yeah, so basically it just bases it off what you're wearing. I was wearing the Ornstein armor and the Prince Lothric cloak thing. He looked pretty cool. It was like this really elaborate gold armor with this blue hood with a gold frill on it kind of thing. It looked kind of cool, but it reminded me of Tyrael from the Diablo games.
Oh, yeah.
So, but... as far as horror, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Really, honestly, that's really all I've done. How about you, man?
I've gotten back into Forensic Files.
Oh, no.
That's all I've been watching, if I ever, watch TV or whatever. And so, yeah, it's like... Sometimes I'll be on one case and then it'll be the next one because they're only 20 minutes long. So it's I don't know. It's one of those things where it's really fun to get into because you have all this coincidental things that happen that the people get caught and all the cool forensic evidence that they find, and it's just, I don't know. I find it super interesting. So and there's just a ridiculous amount of episodes.
Maybe that's your calling, man. Maybe you should be a forensic investigator.
It's too late.
No, it's never too late.
No, I don't want to go back to school.
I don't blame you.
But otherwise, I watched the Belko Experiment. It was written by James Gunn. But I'm pretty sure it wasn't directed by him. But you know who James Gunn is, right?
Sounds familiar.
He made Slither.
Okay.
And he's made the Guardians of the Galaxy movies now. But Slither is how I came to know him.
Is Slither the one with Nathan Fillion?
Yes.
Okay, yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the Belko Experiment is I don't know, usually I'm not turned off by violence or whatever, but this one is just it got to the point where I almost felt sick to my stomach, because there tries to be humor added into it, but at a certain point it's just just people getting killed for no reason. And it's very dark and
sure. I've gotten that feeling with a kill before in a movie, and actually it was Rob Zombie's Halloween when Kid Michael Myers, that that kid that played him beat
Yep.
that other kid with the log.
Oh yeah.
Like that kid, the way he like died, just like I felt sick the first time I saw him. Like, oh god, stop beating him with that log.
Yeah, and I don't know. It wasn't like a bad movie. Like it just wasn't entertaining, really. I guess it was to a certain point until it just became like this really like nihilistic, like just unfunny killing spree type thing. Like, and I hate the idea that I think that, just because I'm like,
You're getting old, Alex.
I don't know.
What do you think of like Natural Born Killers?
Like, it's fine. Like, I don't know. It's kind of like Cannibal Holocaust, where it's like it's a decent movie, but there's no like entertainment value to it. Same thing with like what's that one where they eat shit and
Salo, 120 Days of Sodomy.
Yeah, like that. Like, it's beautiful cinematography and all that, but it's not entertaining in the least.
I don't know. I thought that one was pretty entertaining. Like
Salo?
It was really fucked up. You know what I mean? Like it was.
Yeah.
But like the scenery and the you know the cinematography was so interesting. I mean, those really gross parts were just. I mean, they're difficult to watch.
Yeah.
But you know, I guess the truth is though, I have not gone back and watched it. I have it. I've not gone back and watched it. It's just I don't know that I could watch it by myself. Like I feel like that's something you need to share with somebody so that I don't know.
I guess. 'Cause, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just felt like really gross after watching the Belko Experiment.
Sure.
And like the what I was going for, like, by saying like I don't like thinking that, is that like I know they're just like movies and it shouldn't matter, but I don't know. This one just got to me. It got to me.
It'll happen.
It's weird.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's wrong that the violence bothers you. I mean, I don't think it like makes you like a.
I don't think it was the violence necessarily. It was just like the way that it's portrayed. Just like
A complete like lack of
No
concern
one-
for humanity.
yes, exactly.
Yeah, maybe it's a little too close to home. Like it seems like the world is kind of like that now.
I don't know. You could argue that it's a bit the opposite, but in any case, whatever. Otherwise, yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both slacking. Well, you're not slacking as much as me.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been playing Dark. I think I've been playing Dark for like 3 or 4 weeks. That's all I've talked about.
Oh, you know, I did start playing this this game. What's it called? Shit. Now I'm just gonna space. Starts with a V. Victor Vran.
Victor Vran?
Yeah. It's like a isometric, almost like Diablo style game. And it's essentially Van Helsing. I don't know if Victor Vran has some sort of
I've never heard of it.
thing outside of this game, but yeah, and almost right off the bat, I'm experiencing like problems, glitches in the game. So it's like I don't have time for this. I gotta finish Mass Effect Andromeda, slug through that bullshit.
You don't have to do that. You don't have to. I mean, you even have a physical copy of this
Yeah.
that we could award to a fan that donates, or you know what else you could do? Trade this shit in for something you'd rather have. See, that's a wonderful thing about physical copies.
Yeah.
You can trade this shit in. You can't do that with digital copies.
I
then you have to leave your house.
need to just beat it. But okay.
Are you gonna platinum it?
No,
Then just
definitely
get rid of
not.
it. Don't even play it. Don't do it.
It's got that like carrot on a stick thing where like I finish one quest and then like a bunch of other quests open up, and I just want to get through the game. It's like Persona 5 except bad. Where Persona 5
Hey,
just
you hit a
keeps
wall.
on going and going and going.
Yeah, I remember when you hit a wall in Persona 5 at one point.
Yeah.
What was it? Was it a palace that hung
I
you
think
up?
it was. No, it was, yeah, because I like got to a certain part and then I died and then I had to start all the way over from like almost an hour before I had saved.
Well, no, did you have opportunities to save before that or no?
Yes.
Okay.
I just kept on pushing my luck,
Yeah.
but
Naughty.
yeah.
Don't do that.
And that's what happens with Dark Souls for me.
So I'm honestly thinking about getting into Persona 5. I might restart it tonight.
Yeah.
I've got my Dark Souls fix. I did start another character for shits and giggles, but it was just going to be the same style I play every time anyways. But I think I kind of want to play Persona. I mean, I got roughly, it's a month and a half, 2 months until Destiny 2?
Yeah.
How much time? When's it coming out?
September 8th?
Is it September 8th?
I think so.
Fuck yeah, I got to get on this because I got about 6 weeks then to play that and beat it.
Roughly.
And I can't.
Longer than that.
And you guys are talking about 100 plus hours with this game?
Persona?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Easily.
Yeah, I'm going to need to. I was making some decent progress and I fucked up and lost my. Because it wouldn't let me back out. It says, no, you need to do this. It's like, no, let me just come back and I'll go catch another demon or two.
Yeah.
Because I didn't, spend enough time in that first area for the first couple things. I'm just going to try to capture every demon on the first time I go to a palace kind of thing.
You know, it's got a really good story up until like the last probably quarter of it, and then it just really falls off the map.
Like the story does?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm excited to see that.
like
I want to see I'm interested in that train wreck. I want to see how they derail their own story because it's like it's being heralded,
it's great, and then it just becomes like, what is this? Like, where did this come from? Why does this? What is this? How does this have to do with anything? I mean, it kind of does, but not really. It's just like
Now,
it's grounded, and then it's not.
Is it like does it like leave room for like fun fan speculation though?
No,
Oh, that's poop.
no, it's
That's poopy.
It's part of the reason why it dropped off like my obvious pick for game of the year, just because it doesn't fulfill these 100 hours you put into it. The ending does not fulfill that.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's tough.
But
But
like before you get to that part, there's revelations throughout the game where it does make it worth getting that far.
Sure.
It's just I feel like they added like 10 extra hours that
didn't-
didn't need to be there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So if that's not your game of the year right now, what is sitting on the top for you for game of the year?
Well, I know for sure, like without even question, Destiny 2 is going to be game of the year. Like
Okay.
after playing the beta, yeah. It's not
Really?
even going to be a contest.
See, does Monster Hunter come out this year? Or is it coming out like next January?
I'm not sure. I could see it coming like February maybe,
Sure.
but I don't know if there's a specific date for it.
Okay. So Destiny 2 is going to be a great game, but first-person shooters are not my favorite games. Like that's why I could tentatively choose Nier over Destiny 2 because I just like those games better. But what I love about Destiny 2 is just playing with you guys.
Yeah.
And the gambling aspect, the looting, that loot part of it.
Yep.
But as far as that game goes, like even the first one, like there's nothing about that game that tells me that it needs to be game of the year.
Really?
Yep. I mean, mechanically it's great, but it's just a first person shooter, and so I don't care. It's like I like first person shooters enough, but I mean there's nothing about it that really about the system that makes me I think Nier looks way cooler.
It does, yeah.
Like fighting as B2 or A9 or not A9, B2, S9 and A1. Was it S9? But anyways, fighting as them and watching them to go and like trying
9S.
to like 9S, that's it. Trying to do their combos by delaying button presses and stuff like that.
Yep.
Way more interesting to me. Neo, like that Dark Souls samurai aspect kind of thing. Like that is trying to do that kind of shit's more interesting to me than Destiny. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna play Destiny 2 by myself. And so I don't think that's not gonna be my game.
Oh,
of the
you
year.
will. You will.
Think so?
Yeah. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Yeah. I guess I played Destiny 1 by myself a few times. But usually it's just Crucible shit. And then
I think there's gonna be a lot more to do by yourself in Destiny 2.
Well, that's actually a good thing.
Yeah.
I think I like that.
Yeah.
I guess I would do strikes with random people. I would do that, but then I'm still playing with other people though.
Yeah, I mean, I played in the beta. There's one strike available, and I just played with two other random people, and yeah, it was great.
Pretty fun.
Yeah.
Was everybody a hunter?
No, I think there was a Titan in there.
So 2 hunters and a Titan?
I think so. Yeah.
That was the joke when I came into Destiny late with you guys, and I grabbed a hunter just because I liked the idea of a hunter more. Because I like sniping.
Yep.
In those kind of games, like whenever I played the Borderlands games, I always picked the sniper. And then I found out like you and Jason were hunters, and I was promptly made fun of.
I think there's going to be a lot more variation within the different classes, though, with what the changes they've made with the subclasses, because it's got kind of a strange, unique skill tree where you have your 3 different, or I think there was only 2 in the beta, but you've got those subclasses, and then there's different variations and different perks you can pick within those subclasses. So it's gonna be fun to get into.
Do the perks you pick determine how much armor you have, like in the first game? Because you remember, like you'd have like your armor, your agility, and your whatever rating, depending on what you choose, would change that.
I think that actually goes into armor now. It's based on armor.
Okay, that's way better. I think actually.
Yeah, because that frees up like your skill tree to have actual skills in it rather than just like
random
random
words that just change your fucking stat.
Yeah. I do know that like your double and triple jump are still in that skill tree.
Okay.
But I guess that kind of makes sense.
Well, yeah, because those are skills.
Yeah.
Those are like skills. They change the way you play the game.
Right.
Whereas like determining how much armor you have and your regeneration rate doesn't change the way you play the game, really.
Yep. No, I think that's all tied to armor now. Okay. So
I guess it does kind of change the way, because if you're playing like high regen and high armor, you might be more brazen. And so it might change your tactics, but not necessarily the way you shoot, like kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean in the original, in the Taken King, like for the jumping puzzles in the raids, like you had to bring your agility as high as you could just so you could make the jumps.
Yeah.
But
see, I hope that goes away then, because I think that's kind of dumb. Because then you're just going into your menu to switch things to do a puzzle.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even because the puzzle's hard. It's because you just have to have this stat to complete these jumps. It's kind of stupid.
Yeah, and it would take you out of the game because you had to go in the menu and switch one stat.
I've talked about this with these games. What do you think about like those arbitrary things like that, like those jumping puzzles where the platforms come and go and disappear and come back? It's like there's no point that you would build this at a space station. There's absolutely no reason you would have this.
Right.
Why is that there?
Yeah.
And but is the puzzle and just the gameplay aspect of that just fun? So who gives a shit?
Yeah. Oh, no, I definitely don't think of it as like, what the fuck? Who constructed this spaceship?
I think that. See, I think it's a fault that I have. Because I should just look at it's a video game.
Yeah.
It's a game, and this is part of the game. But I look at this, I'm just like, this is fucking stupid. And this is dumb. I mean, even the first time I didn't like it because I couldn't fucking do it.
Yeah.
The second time where I did it on my first try, I just hated it because it was stupid. But then when you get to like the fight where you the war priest. And okay, everybody stand in this red circle. It's like, this is fucking dumb.
Yeah.
So this guy is gonna like challenge us to like move on to fight. Why doesn't he just kill us all? If all he has to do is not have that red light, why just get rid of those pillars and shoot us? And just, I mean, it just, to me, it's like, what is this arbitrary bullshit about standing on these glowing spots? Then you get to like the sisters fight, and you gotta like jump on these invisible platforms, grab this glowy ball, and then throw it at this chick, so you can shoot her.
Yeah.
It's just like, what is this bullshit? But I get it. It's like it's the game, and I still had fun doing it. It's just like, this is really dumb. Why are we doing this?
Yeah. All right. There's only been one real sad piece of news.
Mm-hmm. Well, I do want to talk about Venom.
All right, let's talk about Venom.
Before we get to the big news.
I heard that She-Venom, or like wife of Venom, is going to be in the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Didn't hear that.
Yeah.
I did hear a couple things, though. They're going to draw from John Carpenter and David Cronenberg for this movie. They're going to draw inspiration from that.
I could see like the transformation scene being real, like body horror.
Yeah.
Like
that would be cool if they could pull that off.
Like ripping flesh and
Yeah, that could be cool. I mean, what else? Like, what other like directorial like stylings do you think they could pull from those two guys for this? I mean, just the way that David Cronenberg tells a story. Like, if you look at his later work, like I mean, even his earlier work, but his History of Violence and Eastern Promises, like he can tell a story.
Oh yeah.
And then so it's like
John Carpenter, I guess maybe like if it's gonna be like a straight up horror movie, you could have just like Venom lurking in the shadows.
But he can tell a good character story too, though. Like, I mean, if you think about like Escape from New York, like the Snake Plissken guy, even Big Trouble in Little China, he can have a good focus on a main character kind of thing too. Like, I wonder. I don't know. I mean, I could see different ways they could do things. I mean, they're really going to make it kind of horror, like a sci-fi horror thing. It's going to be cool, I think.
I hope so.
The other thing I heard is it's going to be part of the Spider-Man universe, so there could be a crossover. It's not part of the It's not part of the Marvel universe, but it's part of the Spider-Man one.
Do you have any interest in seeing Spider-Man: Homecoming?
Yes.
Really? Mm-hmm. I don't. I've never liked Spider-Man.
I like Spider-Man.
The only thing I've liked about Spider-Man is Venom and Carnage. Like that's. I'm glad Spider-Man exists because
they exist because of him.
Because Venom and Carnage exist.
Yeah, I like Spider-Man. I just did as a kid growing up. I like the idea of like shooting webs and swinging and having super strength and Spidey sense and stuff. And the other thing was he was like a kid, and I was a kid, so it was kind of cool. I just wish they would have went the Miles Morales route,
Oh, sure.
as opposed to, another Peter Parker, but like an even younger Peter Parker than Tobey Maguire or Tobey Maguire?
Yeah, Tobey Maguire. And then, Andrew Garfield was next, and then this
like young baby kid.
Yeah.
But I like the Andrew Garfield, the first movie.
Never saw it.
I liked that one. The second one.
Maybe I did.
The second one was okay, I guess. I only saw part of it, but
never saw the Jamie Foxx one.
Yeah, I didn't see that one. But I like the first one. I like the second one with Tobey Maguire a lot. With Doc Ock.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man 2 was pretty good.
I liked that one. But I haven't read any Miles Morales stuff, so I thought it would have been cool, like intro to like, okay, what is Miles Morales like?
Ultimate Spider-Man.
The Ultimate Spider-Man, and then we're gonna get to see Tom Hardy as fucking Venom.
Oh my god,
that's gonna be cool. I don't know. I mean, I like him as an actor. I like him in pretty much everything I've seen him in. I've liked. Even Mad Max was kind of interesting. He's just got a face.
Mad Max was amazing. What are you talking about?
Not that good.
Oh my god.
The movie was not that good.
Come on.
Wasn't that good. It was all right. I mean, it was.
Furiosa.
Is that what's her face?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Oh God. There's
something
about
Tina Turner, man.
No,
in
there's
in the dome.
okay, Thunderdome, yeah, sure, Tina Turner, yeah, but
I'm just throwing that out there. I was listening to Tina Turner today.
what's love got to do with it? Got to do with it. But no, there's something about that like black grease paint like over the eyes.
You know who else did that? Michael Stipe from REM.
All right, all right, all right. But no, the one alien in Mass Effect that I space sexed, she's got the black thing over her eyes, and that's the only one. Like no one else, I even like care.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, we can be friends, but I'm gonna 0G bang this alien with the black eye paint.
Have you seen with Tom Hardy? Did you watch it yet? Bronson.
Oh no, I've only seen bits and pieces of it.
That's a good fucking movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good movie. You should watch that.
I really do want to see it like full on now that I know that it's Tom Hardy. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really good one.
Someone was talking about a movie that I haven't seen, but it's the one where Tom Hardy plays like twin brothers. And it's like, I don't know if they're gangsters or whatever, but
Is it newer?
I think so.
I like that one he did with Shia LaBeouf.
Which one?
I can't remember what it's called, but he plays like they play like hooch runners or something.
Huh.
They make moonshine or something.
Oh.
And they have to deal with that, and so Shia LaBeouf is like his little brother,
Hmm.
and whatever. You know, Shia LaBeouf when he's not doing Transformers or his crazy shit is not bad. Like I liked him in Fury, that World War II tank movie.
Yeah.
Like I liked him in that. Liked him in that movie with Tom Hardy.
What was the?
He's an Nymphomaniac.
Yeah. What do you think of Nymphomaniac?
He's got a really nice looking ding dong.
Hmm.
Now I don't think that was his. I mean,
Probably not.
They spliced a lot of that. It's like the scene where
Whoa.
Charlotte Gainsborough gets double penetrated.
Yo.
That's not her rear end.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know,
But like Antichrist.
that's not
Willem Dafoe.
That's not Willem Dafoe's
Guaranteed
pecker.
Yeah.
Nope, and that's not Charlotte Gainsborough's vagina.
Vagina.
But yeah, so
Vagina. No.
the Antichrist. Yeah, that's a fucked up movie. I think we talked about that in Zero XP last week, or maybe before the show.
Aaron was talking about it the other day, so makes sense if he brought it on to Zero XP.
I think he did.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, I suppose we should get to the shit news.
Yes. Very sad news.
This is 2 weeks in a row we brought death to the news.
It is. Damn. But George A. Romero has passed.
Yep.
Godfather of the zombie genre.
His are the best ones.
Yeah. 79, I believe he was. Right?
77? He was late 70s and it was an odd number.
Yeah. I believe it was lung cancer, right?
Yeah, it was like came on hard and fast or something like that.
So yeah, this episode is dedicated to George Romero. I found out a cool thing. There's going to be a memorial, like public, anyone can go in Toronto, Ontario, July 24th. It's a Monday at Mount Pleasant Funeral Center in Toronto, Ontario, from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Open to the public. Anyone can go.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
He seemed like a pretty cool guy.
Yep. Yeah, the family is letting that happen, so hopefully a whole ton of people show up. If you are in the area,
I'm sure they will.
definitely do it.
If I could get up to Toronto by next Monday, I'd do it.
Mm.
Stand in line, pay my respects.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I guess that brings us to our...
This episode's movie of the week is 1968's Night of the Living Dead.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
This one's starring Dwayne Jones as Ben, Judith O'Day, Dia, Day. I mean, I have the Day.
Yeah, O'Day
As
sounds
Barbara. Carl Hardman as Harry. Marilyn Eastman as Helen. Keith Wayne as Tom. Judith Ridley as Judy. It's written by John Russo and George Romero and directed by George A. Romero. So, this one starts with a long, winding road. Plymouth driving on that with the credits rolling.
That's a pretty car.
Yeah. And it pulls off onto like a dirt path.
I think it's a Pontiac, though.
What did I say? Plymouth?
You said Plymouth.
Pontiac.
Pontiac.
Yeah. And it's the cemetery entrance. They're driving to the cemetery.
To visit their father or grandfather?
Yeah. So it was weird. Like, at first I thought they were like husband and wife, but
Do you know? I think I know why.
why?
Are you thinking about like, oh, it was a wedding they were at? Because, like, I had like a flash of Rocky Horror when that
Oh,
when
yeah,
it first
yeah.
came out of my,
Uh,
like, because I thought they were at like a chapel with I thought there was a graveyard there for some reason, but I don't know, I just got like a Rocky Horror feel from that intro scene.
Yeah. But yeah, they are brother and sister, Johnny and Barbara. And they're going to their father's grave. And they're talking about how it's kind of bullshit that the mom wants them to go every year, but she just stays at home and makes them drive 3 hours to the cemetery, put a wreath on. And it's kind of funny, they have this wreath, and they're like, someone could just clean this off every year and then resell it. And how many times have we bought the same wreath? So yeah, they get out to the grave, and then they see a guy like walking out among the graves.
And her brother starts making jokes.
Yeah.
Jokey joke maker.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
And he was.
Yep.
It ended up not being funny. He was trying to get them.
Yep.
He was hungry.
He kind of grapples with Barbara, and then Johnny steps in. But you know how that goes. You fall and hit your head on a gravestone.
Yep. Dang it.
And then you're dead.
Yeah, you don't play in graveyards. I mean,
yeah, so Barbara takes off running, and she gets to the car, and, you know, so George Romero is credited, well, Night of the Living Dead is kind of credited with creating these slow-moving zombies. But the thing is, like, this first zombie that you see, he kind of runs, and he also is sort of cognizant, so he's not, like mindless.
yeah, he grabs a rock.
Yeah, to bust in the windshield.
That's just like a zombie using a tool as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I've always said that the first time you see zombies use tools was, Night of Terror or Burial Ground, but zombies use tools in this movie.
Yeah, like multiple times.
Yeah. I mean, you can consider a rock a tool for a primitive, mindless, ape.
And one thing, so this is after. So Barbara gets in the car, zombie smashes in the windshield, she finally takes off, and the zombie's holding on and all that, but she gets away. And then, out of nowhere, she, just sideswipes a tree, and that fucks up her car. And
we have our first real death, and it's that Pontiac.
Yep. Poor Pontiac. But yeah, so she gets out, and I think she falls, and she actually kicks off her shoes. You don't really see that very often, that sort of quick wit that
Yeah.
this sense to actually like, well, your shoes are probably high heels, so maybe you should take them off.
Usually what happens is they run and twist their ankle.
Yep, exactly. So she runs and she finds a like farmhouse out in the middle of nowhere. So she heads on in there, and phone is dead. It just does the busy signal.
The dial tone or whatever.
Yep. And she runs upstairs, and there's a decaying body. Just like eyeballs and the skull. Yeah.
That's pretty gross.
Yep. Then Ben shows up.
Yep, in a truck.
Yep.
Ben, easily my favorite character in this movie. I like that he's played by Tony Todd in the remake. This would have been a good episode for original versus remake.
Oh, yeah.
But those take a lot of time.
Yep. Yeah, Ben smacks some zombies around with a crowbar, I think it was.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he gets in there and kind of tries to, like, she's, like, in shock, and he's trying to, like, address her, and she's not responding to him at first.
Yep.
And, he's trying to, like, talk to her and stuff, but does she ever come to in the movie?
Like after a while, because yeah, she's all hysterical when Ben shows up, and Ben ends up like backhanding her because she attacks him, and then yeah, she gets knocked out, and she's pretty much on the couch for
The rest of the movie.
Yeah. For the most part.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
she seems kind of out of it the whole time, like in shock.
Yeah.
But so Ben immediately goes into like work mode. He's gonna survive.
Yep, he like tells her to grab as much wood as she can so they can board up all the doors and windows. And he ends up going outside at one point and kills a couple zombies, but then he takes one and lights it on fire. And I think that's where he kind of learns that they're afraid of fire, because they do smash out the headlights on his truck. So, I mean, I think that was sort of a clue that they don't like light, possibly. But, yeah, so he lights the body on fire, and they're all appalled.
Yeah, so
Not
like,
appalled, but...
and like you get these random newscasts and stuff too. I think later at some point they do say that you have to burn the bodies. You know, so it seems like I don't like they attribute the cause of the zombieing to radiation from a probe that had returned from Venus.
Yeah.
You know, but it almost seems like, you know, if we want to get into fan speculation, why are they scared of fire? It's like, oh, is it like reminds them of hell or something? You know, are they hellborn kind of zombies? You know.
Well, Frankenstein, that's his deal too, isn't it?
Yeah, he's scared of fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which it kind of makes sense too when you think about it, because they're basically like primitive humans.
Sure.
You know, they're just mindless eating machines. You know, and I can just imagine what the cavemen were like the first time they found fire, kind of thing. You know, like, oh, it's hot, run away. You know, until they learn how to use it. But I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Yep. So then we find out that Ben and Barbara are not alone in this house. They've got... So I'm kind of... I couldn't sort of figure out where Harry and Tom come from.
Yeah, because they almost fight.
Yeah.
But did they come from the cellar? Were they already down there? I'm trying to remember.
I don't think so, because they talk about how... Well, I guess they could have been. Yeah, because Harry's daughter is down there already. So they must come up from the cellar. For some reason, I was like imagining the cellar was like had a separate entrance.
It is the cellar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the cellar.
Hmm.
And down there is Harry and Helen Cooper and their daughter Karen, who's sick. She's been bitten.
Okay. Yeah. So we meet all them.
And then later on, Tom and Judy come in.
Yes. Well, I thought Tom was with Harry.
When Harry met Sally. What?
Yeah, because those two come in first.
No.
No?
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Oh.
So they come up and, yeah, then we find out that,
They've been down in the basement.
yeah, and Helen is down there with Karen. And then Tom's wife or girlfriend, Judy, is also down there, who is a total fox.
She's pretty.
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 So yeah, then we get the whole like newscast. They find a TV, bring it in, and
Put it for rabbit ears.
yeah, So it's funny. Like I totally remember the first time I saw Night of the Living Dead. Like in my living room, we had this TV that was one of those like giant wood, like had the wood encasing.
Yeah,
and
it was
all
actually
just
like a weird
one
metal, but like it had like a wood veneer on it or something.
Yeah, and it's just one giant thing. Like all the speakers were in there too, and had the little twist knob for the channels.
That would like click as you turn
Yes,
it. Oh
yes,
man, we
yep.
have one of those too.
And Night of the Living Dead was playing, like, I don't know if it was Saturday night movie or Sunday movie, but it was on TV. And yeah, like,
man, those TVs were something else. I remember watching cartoons and wrestling on those TVs. We had a small one, like about this big, you know, and it could have been a lot smaller than that even, but like I can like picture myself turning these knobs on this thing. It's just, you know, they had early remotes for those. It was like a motorized thing, and you'd click it, and this motor would just turn the dial for you.
Yeah, we never had a remote for our TV.
Yeah, nope, we just would switch it with our hand, and
yeah,
like you always were fucking with the antennas and shit, trying to get the picture to come in right.
It's so weird to think about. Like we lived in a time where like you twisted a knob to change the channel.
Yeah,
or
because we didn't have that for very long. You know, it got to like better quality stuff pretty quick for us. You know, but like our parents had that forever.
Yeah.
You know, but like we came in and we came out at the end of that. You know.
No, my family had that TV for a long time.
Do you remember like the Nintendo had, you know, the RF unit where you could screw into a coaxial, but we didn't use that. We had that double prong thing.
Oh.
That you would like screw in like that, you know, or something like that. You know, we didn't use the RF like coax. We had to get like an adapter that you would screw into the RF unit that came off with these two prongs or something, and then you would like put those into the TV and screw those things down. That's how we got our, you know, our fucking Nintendo, man.
How far we've come.
I know. Now it's
we
just
got
like
the 4K HD TVs and
reception's never a problem.
Use your phone to frickin' control the temperature in your house. Start your microwave.
I mean, just like, 25 years.
Yep.
Or we've gone in 25 years.
Yeah.
Because I think about, I must have been, you know, maybe even 30 years, 4 or 5. Yeah, maybe like almost 30. How far we've come in 30 years is just fucking insane.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
And then you realize like technology is only like sped up, like it keeps increasing. Like you think the iPhone came out in, it wasn't even that long ago.
06 or 07?
Yeah. I think it was 07.
Yep, I think it was 07.
And that, I mean, that was just 10 years ago, and now we have like every single device is like a freaking tablet type smart device.
I mean, I remember my first computer we got from Gateway, and my fucking iPhone is more
the
powerful
freaking
than
cow,
it.
the cow spots. Yeah.
I think my iPhone is more powerful than the first computer we had.
I'm sure. Yeah.
It's just like when you think about like in my hand, I can, fucking A, man.
Did you ever play? Did you ever play like games on
My Gateway?
old PCs?
Yeah, I played like Diablo and shit.
Where you had like 8 different discs you had to put in there.
Oh yeah, to load the game on there.
Yeah.
My like Neverwinter Nights games were like that. Even up until recently, that was like that. Now everything's just digital.
Yeah.
With Steam pretty much killed that. Like I remember going to Target and looking at computer games.
Yeah.
Thinking like, well, I wonder if my computer can run this. But I had no idea what my computer could do.
Right.
So I'd just buy games and they wouldn't work. Dang it. But nowadays you don't really see. You see like the main like Skyrim and the Cockadoodies and stuff, but like you don't see games. You know what's funny? I still see Sims games though at Target, for example. Like
the Sims became crazy with their expansions.
Yeah.
Like there's just so many expansions off of like one game where and they package them all so that they have like standalone releases, and it's just like why?
I just want to play the first Sims again, and just because of that soundtrack. I really like that soundtrack. It was by I can't remember his name, but I think he was in that band, the Yellow Jackets. Because there was like a song called Rosebud, and then there's this code. It's like Rosebud is the code, and it gives you a bunch of money.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's this. It was based on the guy that did the music for it.
Huh.
But
yeah, The Sims. They were games where like literally I would sit down and then like 10 hours had passed.
Yep.
And I didn't even.
There's games like that.
Didn't even realize it.
I'm embarrassed, but fucking Minecraft will do that to me. Sometimes I'll just sit down to like play Minecraft and I'll just be like, oh, I'll build a castle.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's like 3 a.m. I'm like, what the fuck? You see, it's like Legos. It's like unlimited Legos.
Yeah.
But none of the pieces are cool. It's just like it's like having all the generic shit Legos. So you had to be creative,
right,
to make things look cool. Nowadays with Legos, everything's like just pre-made. All the pieces are like custom. But what movie did we watch again?
so they get the TV and there's a news report on, and so they talk about this space probe that was sent to Venus is on its way back, and they end up having to destroy it because there's this unknown radiation like emanating from it that it picked up from Venus, you would think. And then they sort of question like, did it make it back to Earth? And it seems the radiation levels are increasing. So yes, it seems that this original zombie outbreak is from space.
Yeah, it's a sci-fi horror.
Yeah.
The first zombie movie is a sci-fi horror.
Yeah. Yeah, because I always get it confused with Return of the Living Dead.
Oh, that's the
which
one that's
is
like a biochemical.
Yeah.
And like that jock kid is like at a morgue or something. They accidentally like release it. It comes out of smokestacks.
Right. So yeah, that always confused me. Return of the Living Dead and like the Of the Dead series.
Yeah.
Specifically, Return of the Living Dead 3. Like if you see that cover and you don't want to watch that movie, like something's wrong with you.
I have to look at that cover again.
It's the one with the punk zombie chick with she has like the knife finger gloves, and she's all like badass looking. Like that. Every time every time I see that cover, like I'd want to watch the movie, even though I know it's like not that good. But it's got a cool premise where like she doesn't want to like give in to her zombie urges, so she mutilates herself, like injures herself, like to sort of hold on to humanity. I don't know.
Oh shit! She played Priest in Spawn, the movie.
No way.
Yeah, that was
We
her.
got Spawn is on Netflix now.
Gross.
We got to do Spawn.
That movie is terrible.
Well-
I loved it as a kid because I just wanted it to be good.
Mm.
And when you're a kid, you can just lie to yourself all the time.
Yeah.
That's a fucking terrible movie.
When was the last time you saw it?
I think like 2 years ago.
Really?
I watched it again. It's bad. Well, we can definitely watch it again though. It's fun to watch regardless.
Mm.
It's just cool to see Spawn and whatnot. But
Yeah. So the gang comes up with an escape plan. They're gonna throw Molotov cocktails out the windows, and then Ben and Tom are gonna drive out of there because they find out there's like safe places they can go.
and they're gonna get like help. They're
Yep.
gonna get like for Karen, I believe, right?
For the daughter, yeah.
Yeah.
So they go up there.
And Ben isn't comfortable driving that truck,
Mm.
but Tom's like, "Well, I can do it."
Yep, and Ben's got like he broke off like a table leg to like use as a torch. But then Judy ends up running out there. And he's like, "Well, what are you doing? Like, if you want to go, get in the truck." So Tom and Judy are in the truck. Ben gets in the cab, the
Yeah,
back.
The back. That's not the cab. That's the back. It's the cab is what Judy and Tom are in. That's the cab of a truck.
What's the back called?
The bed.
Bed.
Truck bed.
Truck bed. Yep. So they drive off, and what do they end up? What happens?
Well, they blow up.
Well, yeah, but how do they stop and Ben gets out? Why do they stop? Something starts on fire.
Yeah. Well, because the Molotov cocktail, it follows a gas trail to him or something.
Oh, that's right.
And
So, yep. Judy's jacket gets
I think she
caught.
Yeah, I think Ben just jumps to get away out of the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Judy's jacket gets caught and kaboom, they're done for. Tom and Judy are barbecue for all the zombies. They come and pick up the pieces. You see them with like arms that they're gnawing on, and yep,
Tom and Judy barbecue.
they cooked them up.
Holy shit! We should do a horror-themed barbecue joint that's called Tom and Judy's.
Oh,
Let's see how
TM.
many people. Fuck! I just ruined that. I shouldn't have said that. It's probably already
no,
exists.
we TM'd it.
Yeah, TM. Is that all you got to do?
Yeah,
Trademarked.
TM.
Trademarked. We
TM.
got that.
Tom and Judy's barbecue.
Tom and Judy's barbecue. Just have everything come out in the shape of body parts.
So Ben goes back into the house and basically beats the crap out of Harry.
Yeah.
Why is Harry all mad?
Well, no. So they're breaking through the windows and shit.
Yeah.
The zombies are.
Yep.
And Harry wants to get the
Oh,
gun.
that's right. Harry closes the door on Ben trying to get back inside and doesn't let Ben back in.
Yeah.
So Ben ends up kicking the door down and then goes after Harry. Beats
Well, yeah, because then he's trying to hold the zombies back.
Yeah.
So he drops the gun.
Mm.
And Harry was talking to his wife about, I got to get the gun. And she's like, would you just stop this bullshit? Because they've been fighting the whole time.
Yeah.
And so finally, Harry gets the gun, and then Ben goes after him, punches him, gets the gun away, and then just fucking shoots him.
Mm.
I forgot, like that he just shot him like that.
Yeah.
I was like, cause I get it mixed up with because they did this movie in color too. They colorized it.
Yep.
And then they did the 1990 remake. And the camera quality wasn't that much better, and I get them mixed up in my head sometimes, because I think doesn't Tony Todd get shot by Harry in the remake?
I can't remember. I don't think so, because I think it follows exactly like shot for shot of the original. But I completely forgot like the relationship between Harry and Helen. There's a great line in there where Helen is like something about, I know we can't live together, but dying together isn't gonna do much good either. Something like that. It's a really good line.
Yeah.
Like, just that whole relationship. Like, it's not specifically mentioned that they hate each other, but it's
understood.
It's written well enough where it's, yeah, you can figure it out.
Hey,
Yeah.
Harry's a prick.
Yeah, pretty much.
But then he gets shot, so.
What do you want?
And then, so they get shot. But then he kind of tumbles on the stairs and then dies down there. But then.
Right next to his daughter,
Yeah,
who is also
coming. She's coming.
Yeah.
And she, is that what happens next?
There's another.
Tom and Judy are dead. Harry's dead. So yeah, that's when the daughter comes back. Karen comes back in.
Yeah.
And she stabs Helen with that trowel or whatever.
That's right. I was trying to. At first, I call it a hoe and then a spade,
It's
but I
a
think
trowel.
trowel is
Yeah.
the right word.
And
Yes.
that scene was fucked.
Yeah.
Like that music and there's all this noise from the zombies trying to come in and the whatever, but it all changes when it goes to Karen stabbing Helen to death.
Yeah, it's almost like a Alfred Hitchcock Psycho moment.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, real, like, just stabbing over and over again. And
It was
yeah,
that was pretty. I mean, so I was doing some reading on this movie when it came out, and there were some controversies about it because it came in right before the rating system went in. So kids were getting into this movie and seeing this shit and like fucking them up.
there's a naked butt.
There's one naked butt.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of butts, remember last week? But so yeah, yeah, that was kind of interesting because the rating system went in place like in 1968. I can't remember what month now, but it must have been kind of late because I think this movie came out in the summer. But it was a Saturday matinee thing because that's how they usually released horror movies.
Right.
And so this one, it was geared towards teens and adolescents and stuff or whatever. But kids were getting into it. I want to see a zombie movie. I'm trying to introduce these things to my 3-year-old as quick as possible.
Probably should.
I want him to, I'm pretending I think that he's older than he is. It's like, let's watch a zombie movie. Like he was like a 1.5. We watched Tombs of the Blind Dead. He didn't know what was going on. I think he fell asleep on me at one point, so I'm just like rocking him and watching Tombs of the Blind Dead. But
yeah, then Barbara ends up seeing Johnny, who is now zombified, and he grabs her, and there's that whole like pulled into the horde moment.
And it's kind of cool how she acts this out too, where she seems to like embrace him, but then pull away, then embrace him, pull, and then she's just stuck and can't go anywhere.
Yep. So yeah, you really see like the origin of, because so many movies have copied like that scene, like seeing it again. Like it's been a while since I've seen this movie, but like seeing it again and it's fresh, like how specific like that scene is where a person gets pulled into the horde.
And that's probably one of the cooler zombie deaths you can get, like getting pulled into the horde. And like it's especially cool too, like when characters sacrifice themselves that way too. Where they just kind of like go into it knowing they're saving the whole group. Or whatever,
Right. Yep. And then,
dude, we're gonna have to watch the remake. I don't think it's a shot-for-shot remake. I think the girl survives.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I think Tony Todd gets killed and locks himself. Oh, he gets shot by Harry, the Harry character. Then locks himself in the basement because he knows he's gonna get turned into a zombie. And then she gets away. And then I think at the end of the movie, the Harry character comes out as a zombie and she shoots him in the head.
Oh.
I don't know why this is I could be just fabricating this whole thing.
Yeah.
But I think that's what happens.
Huh.
I want to watch the original. We're gonna have to watch the remake now, or I might just do it myself. But
yeah. Well, so Ben ends up going to the cellar, even though he's been against it the entire time. But he kind of has no choice. All the zombies are in the house now. He's got no choice. He goes down there, And Karen, the daughter, is down there.
Mm-hmm.
Blasts her away.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
So he kills a kid in the movie.
Yeah.
Right off the bat. It was such a taboo thing for the longest time, and then he did it.
Mm-hmm.
Carpenter did it.
Carpenter's was great. Oh.
Hey, I ordered something or other. It's like, not even killed, just assassinated by Bond.
Yeah. Then he sees Helen's dead body, but she's returned. She's the living dead. So he blasts her away. Then he passes out. Then we get the local militia, I guess you would call it, is out. They've formed lines. They seem to be going house to house, cleaning up.
Yeah, killing all the zombies.
Yep. And so they get to the house. Ben hears dogs barking out there. And so he goes to the window and he gets his gun out. And then they just...
Yeah, the one guy's like, I hear someone over there. Goes, oh, there he is in the window. All right, go ahead, take a shot. And he shoots and kills him.
Perfect shot right between the eyes.
And drops him.
Yep. Ben is dead. Hero of the movie.
Killed. So, yeah.
And that is it. There's shots of like the militia with meat hooks at the very end, like while the credits are rolling. And it's not that it was kind of a like kind of brutal imagery of like they're taking these human dead bodies on meat hooks
and just burning them.
Yeah.
Yep. So what I really liked about this was that he did it. He went for it and killed everybody.
Yeah.
In the group. So you're sitting there, you're going through this whole thing with these people, and then he just kills them all.
Mm.
You know, which can be kind of dumb, but like I like the way he did it. Like I like that. Like, you know, you're like, oh, cool, Ben's gonna make it because he's cool. Like throughout the whole thing, he's calm, he's collective, he's intelligent.
I don't know about calm the entire time, but
you know what I mean. Like he's always collective though. He knows what he's trying to do.
Right.
He's always got a plan.
He's trying to survive. Yeah.
And I wanted him to live, and he does. I'm like, okay, cool. And then and then he gets killed in such a dumb fucking way. It's just like, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, how are they gonna know? There's zombies everywhere, and it's like, oh, that guy's. You know, the house has been broken into, and
yeah.
You know, and then and he doesn't even make it.
Yep.
You know, it's just like fuck. So he went there, he killed everybody, which I think is cool because it kind of like you get that whole thing where it's that zombie apocalypse. You're fucking dead. You know?
Yeah. So what would you rate Night of the Living Dead?
Well, it's gonna get a seal of approval. And
obviously.
I'm hovering it like around silver and gold. I mean, considering what technology was there for at the time and how cool that idea is, you know, that is like the, you know, zombie movie. So I almost think it deserves a gold because of what came from it.
Right.
You know.
No, I mean I absolutely agree. I think anything less than
silver is wrong. Obviously.
Anything less than a gold, I think, just because of how influential and groundbreaking that was.
Yeah, and like you said, like the horde kill, and then the people turning on themselves. You know, in this dire situation, and just all the ideas for what zombies are. I mean,
right.
I mean, because I know the idea of zombies existed. Like I think there were like it comes from like voodoo or something. But like these ideas about how these things work, you know.
Yep.
Attaching it to something that's new at the time too. I mean, it's 1968. I mean, what are satellites been around for? What, maybe 10 years at that point?
Sure.
But, so it's like, oh, cool. So it's like this new technology that, you know, with satellites and space travel. It's like, oh my God, it's gonna bring back this like death bug thing and turn us into zombies. I mean, it's, you know, if you put yourself there,
right.
You know, it's too cool. So I think that because of what it is. I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, cinematography-wise, like, as far as shots go, it's good. You know, the way he would shoot things and stuff is good.
Yeah, especially like the night scenes when it actually gets dark. The use of shadows and all that. Like,
I mean, there's some things like there's no gore really. I mean, there's a little bit of that when they're eating the people, but like when they're shooting zombies in the face and they just go like this.
Yeah,
you know, it's like, okay, that's. But I mean, considering what they had then, and
it wasn't like a major motion
and he had
picture.
Just put Image 10 together with 9 Friends that decade, and so it's all those zombies were like friends and stuff. I mean, based on when it came out, the content, just its direction in general, the acting was awesome.
Yeah, especially for like that time and within that genre, like.
Well, because that's the first of his genre.
Yeah.
And it's pretty good, like genuine feelings from these people, and it really like sets the tone for me. I gotta go gold, I think, with this.
I would completely agree. Gold.
Yeah.
By far.
I gotta go gold. You know what I want to watch right now?
Huh.
I want to watch Dawn of the Dead right now. I really, because you know what Dawn of the Dead has that Night of the Living Dead doesn't have? Fucking Goblin, man. But yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of, who's the guy I was talking about that did Belko Experiment?
James Gunn.
James Gunn. Speaking of James Gunn, he wrote the Dawn of the Dead remake.
Oh, he wrote that piece of shit?
Yeah.
Fuck that movie. If we were ever do original versus remake, I would shit all over that movie.
I liked it.
I fucking hated it when it got to the chainsaw cars.
Oh,
I was like, this is fucking dumb.
Oh yeah. Okay.
This is stupid. It got really stupid at that part. But I mean, up until that point, it was whatever. It's kind of funny, the guy that plays the Dad Dunphy in the Modern Family, he plays that
Phil.
asshole.
Yeah,
Phil. He plays that asshole who gets his brains blown out in that movie.
All right. Find us on 7voltmedia.com. You can check out all the other shows that our people do. Zero XP Podcast is the video game podcast. We sure talk a lot of video games on this show, but that show is actually supposed to be about video games.
And we generally keep it horror related. I mean, we did get on Destiny a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, I asked you about what your game of the year was going to be.
But Freedom Anime and Professional Wrestling is the Anti-Seinfeld show. Tower Radio is the Destiny show. If you are playing Destiny, looking forward to Destiny 2, that is the show for you. The Electric Hour is politics. I guess the best way you can say it. Best place to go to be offended, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm almost offended by this.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the Spawn cast, and D.B. Sweeney plays Terry Fitzgerald in the movie. I'm scrolling through his pictures on this Google thing, and for some reason, that guy from Twilight's the last picture on this list, and I don't know why.
Is he in there?
No,
in that movie?
It's D.B. Sweeney's thing. So it's D.B. Sweeney, and I'm scrolling through his pictures, and the last thing is that kid from Twilight.
I can't even think of his name.
I don't care.
No.
That movie sucks, too.
Patreon.com/ScreamFiends. You can donate.
Feed us.
Chipotle, better equipment, all that jazz, but you do not have to.
We have fun doing this.
We've
been doing
fun.
this for over a year.
Yeah.
I don't commit to shit. I can't believe I'm still married.
We're married now.
Yes, we are.
We will always provide you free content. Yada, yada, yada. Twitter @ScreamFiends. Let us know what you want us to watch, what you're watching, all that jazz, all that good stuff, stuff. YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube, you've already found us. Yay, go you. Congratulations and all that jazz. If you're listening, we're on YouTube. Find us.
Yeah.
See our beautiful visages. Visage.
I think it's visage.
Visages.
Sausage.
Vasage. There's a
Thunder.
demon.
Demons.
Goretta's found us.
Can we just do demons again?
Eh.
Can we do it again? want them to remake that movie and ruin it.
Oh my God.
They would too, right?
Yeah. I feel.
I wonder if the pimp is still alive.
Let's not talk about.
That guy that played the pimp.
He's not.
Did he die?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's it, right?
Yeah, bye.
From us at Scream Fiends, so long and farewell.
Demons. Is that guy really dead?
Yeah, I think so. Farewell.
Oh, baby. Baby.
Vince, Al, you want to get about 4 or 5 men and a couple dogs? There's a house over here behind those trees. We want to go check it out. You stay here, Bill.
Yeah, Chief, we're going to stay with it till we meet up with the National Guard.
Where'd you get the coffee?
One of the volunteers, you're doing all the work, you take it.
Thank you. We should be wrapped up here about 3 or 4 more hours, and we'll probably get into Willard then. I guess you can go over there and meet the National Guard. Nick, you and the rest of these men want to come with me?
Well, Bill, I'm check in the office, see what's happening.
All right, Steve, tell them we're going to stay with it, and everything appears to be under control.
They need you down there by the barn. Some of these guys can follow the wagon down. I only need a few men to check out the house. Somebody had a cookout here, Vince.
Yeah, sure looks like it, Cop. Okay, come over. There's a group of police and the other cops.
He's the dead one. Get up here. Nick, Tony, Steve, you want to get out in that field and build me a bonfire? You, drag that out of here and throw it on the fire.
Nothing down here.
All right, go ahead down and give him a hand. Let's go check out the house, man.
There's something there. I heard a noise.
All right, Vince, hit him in the head, right between the eyes. Good shot. Okay, he's dead. Let's go get him. That's another one for the fire.
All right, send the wagon through directly ahead. Over.
Keep those dogs back off of those things.
Move more quickly. Come ahead with the motorcycle, please. Let's go, Baxter. That's the way.
Hey, Randy, light these torches over here.
People in the back, way in the back.